So right today, this conversation, Okushagun, is so.
Thank God I unlock
What? We're about to enter. Wait, just calm down. We're about to enter something deep.
What are you trying to do?
I want to make them to enter.
How?
Deep. Oh, we may not tune this thing.
Things are disconnected now.
Deep conversation. We are about to.
I'll connect it for you later.
Hey! What? This conversation is hot. You are gonna feel it.
But you eventually did it with this guitar, baby.
You're gonna feel it.
Don't worry, another time is coming. I'll actually play.
Hi everyone.
Not today. Hello everyone.
Welcome to
AA.
Yeah, crucial conversation with the AA. Yeah, and today. So what is critical? You see the intro I just gave. It should
solemn.
Yeah, it should
intro.
You should be able to put
2 and 2
together.
You put 2 and 2 together. What would that be? That'd be 4 and 4.
Yeah, that's when you put it, what you find is what it is.
It's what it is.
So today we're gonna be looking at when to call it quits. Now, the last time we look at how to recover, that they quit. Let's say it's you, they quit. How to recover. But now it's you.
When to call it quits.
It's you that wants to quit. It's you that wants to now give the breakfast.
Technically, okay. In this context, yeah.
But on a serious note, I think my first question is, okay, so
should you ever call it quit?
Yes, should you ever call it quit as a person? Like, imagine, for example, you've invested your time, you've invested your emotion, you've invested a lot of things, and like, should you, given what you have invested, imagine somebody that was in a relationship with someone for 4 years. You built your dream with this person, and you really like this person, and you really love this person. Should you call it quit? Like, can't you just go ahead regardless of anything? Like, should there be anything that should make you to call it quit?
As beautiful as being in a relationship, that time is not actually a determinant, right? Time only reveals. People feel like, for you to have been for like 5 years, 3 years, 2 years, and people say that don't do long term so that it will be more heartbreaking and all. But as much as all of that can put into perspective, it still always happens. But when the right reasons come into the picture, if you look at it, everything
so my question is, I don't think maybe you got where I'm coming from. So, like, I understand if it's someone else that, let's say I'm in a relationship with someone, and we spent 4 years together. In a way, it can be easily understandable that, not understandable, but the person says he's not doing it again, and he has his quote unquote reason. Now, this one is on my own end, and I really love this guy, and I have committed to building my life with this guy. And I'm a reasonable person. You understand? And I have a conscience that does not want to hurt someone.
Even a butterfly.
Do you understand? Even a butterfly. So, like,
at what point does it
me quitting? I don't know. I just feel like it puts me on a bad light.
I understand you. Well, the thing about what you're describing is emotions, right?
Okay.
And the thing about life is sometimes you have to look your emotions in the eye and say no.
Wow.
I think that's the line to go and frame. Sometimes you have to look your emotions in the eyes and say
no.
And because one thing I can tell you for free is that fact and emotions, right? They don't see eye to eye. The facts are telling you one thing, your emotions are telling you another thing. And There are times in life when the facts you need to, should I use the word, align more to, as opposed to your emotions, right? You know,
Yeah.
you're feeling like, I don't want you to feel bad, but your future is going to feel bad.
Okay.
You know, so sometimes you're feeling today, right? In the next 5 years, you might not remember it. But if you make a decision based on that feeling today, and it also goes flip side too.
Okay, wait. So that means that, apologies for cutting. So that means that regardless of how I feel, with the right reason,
Exactly.
I should actually, like, the right reason should give me, like, calling it quits actually is the better option.
The right reasons are there.
With the right reason,
You have to initiate.
Yeah.
And that's what we want to talk about today. So
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
I mean, it's what we call, sometimes we call it difficult conversations. We have different names for it. We call it breakfast here. You know, in another cultural setting or community, they'll have another word for it. But every which way you look at it, sometimes in life, all the facts are there, and they're telling you the telltale signs that you have to make a move, and that move will not be in the direction of how you feel right now. It's going to be in the direction of how you're not feeling at all. Sometimes you might even need help to choose the facts over the feelings. But we'll still get to that.
So when your feelings don't align with the facts, you might need help. To choose the facts.
Because we're largely emotional beings. I mean, even people that,
especially when you're attached emotionally.
Exactly.
With someone.
90% chance they don't need help. And that's why community is important, you know, especially godly community. People who understand God's will and purpose for marriage.
So I want to now ask, so what are the right reasons
to initiate the breakup? Okay.
that can
the first thing that comes to mind, I would call it unaligned values. And why I say this is because primarily why people even come to say they want to have a relationship, because like our values align, and you know, God has given us an assignment, and I see that where you are heading to and where I'm heading to is like, oh, we seem to be on a trajectory.
And then how we're even heading there.
And how we're heading there is showing that, oh, we can do more in this assignment. So we ask God that, oh Lord, I mean, You've created a lot of people, but this looks like a very special breed that can work with me on this journey. And God is like, thumbs up, carry on. And God can give you hints that, you know, if people don't understand that, for God to tell Satan, have you considered my servant Job? Don't you think God can tell his sons, have you considered my daughter?
Damn. Oh yeah,
how if God can talk to Satan and be asking him that kind of question, definitely God can also chip in some things in the relationship that, look at my daughter. I mean, I'd be like, oh, sure, Father, this assignment is giving me, I think this your daughter fits, you know, this work very well. So yeah, men out there, especially with Christians, remember there's an assignment. God, you didn't just come to this earth to come and make money and take care of family and die. You know, you have an assignment from God, and discover it. Your wife is supposed to help you accomplish it, and you also in turn are supposed to help her to make the best version of her come out while on a journey in helping you. So let's say we've established that now. Values. Now there are some part of values that one needs to pay attention to. For example, there were one of the points that I shared earlier when we were talking about the fact that spiritual values for one, when our values begin to misalign, maybe they were aligned and for some reason due to influence from other parties, now your value is now no more aligning properly. That can be a reason. For example, we believe in, you know, things like fellowship, word study, evangelism and all of that, and you now begin to say, I don't really believe in evangelism. Jesus. No, that's even far.
That's far. Okay.
I'm not really feeling like going to church today. I don't really know. Okay, one day, then 2 months you've not gone to church. what's going on here. And you don't read the Bible again, you don't study, you don't. So it's like that person needs help. And sometimes there's a stage a person can get to, right? If you are still there in the name of relationship, you should switch out and be, let's be friends. Let me say I can help you as a friend. You don't say as someone you have to spend the rest of your life with, who is giving you red flags that, like, if you are married, in fact, you go into some serious prayer and fasting for this person. Like,
so it doesn't become a prayer partner, but a prayer project.
Thank you very much. So at the earliest stage, exactly. It's not saying people cannot need help. You know, there are down moments in people's lives where they can't even find themselves. Even if you're a pastor or you are a lead, you know, in ministry, you're tired, you don't feel like going to church on Sunday. That can happen once in a while. You have community, people to pray for you and all of that, and get back on your feet. What I'm talking about is like someone in a slow decline. Like it's and
he's insisting on it and he's okay with it, and he or she is becoming comfortable with it.
And the person is like, you know, I'm beginning to rethink Christianity and let's go logical, let's begin to research, and like that's a red flag. So if the research is beginning to lead to something else,
decisions like, oh, there is no God, decisions like, oh, Jesus is not,
so spiritual values begin
the
to
way to God.
You know,
Jesus does not exist.
You hear things like the Bible is not the real Bible. You know, I've seen the real Bible. I'm going to the ancient Greek. I want to go and learn Hebrew.
I think in a way, you know, sometimes some of these things might actually sound logical in the sense of, you know, I'm trying to research and question everything. But the truth is that when you reason human life and the way we live our life, there are a lot of things that we actually don't have explanation to, that we actually trust, even though we don't have explanation to it, and it does not seem illogical to us. For example, how am I going to explain this thing now? But basically, there's something that we actually don't have explanation to, and we trust it, quote unquote, because we believe that maybe a system has handled it, or somebody has handled it, and we live by this principle. For example, what's the assurance that you have that a chair that you come and sit down on is not going to follow? You didn't work on it. You are not the one that did it, but you have confidence in somebody that did it, knowing that if I sit down, it's not going to break. You understand? So these principles of not searching and finding out everything before we put our trust in it is actually what people walk by. But when it now comes to Jesus, there are sometimes where it feels like it's illogical when you put your trust in God, when you have not scrutinized him. Meanwhile, it's not everything that we actually put our trust in, is not everything that we actually like spend time scrutinizing. So while that might sound logical, the truth is that is a rebellion to God, and you don't want to. I think why it's a big deal is because you are trusting your life, your destiny. You are trusting. When I said, okay, you are trusting your life, you are trusting other people's life that are depending on you. You are trusting the future of your children. You are trusting, you know, a lot of hope, not just your hope, but other people's hope on this person that does not want to put their trust in God. So it's too risky.
Value mismatch. Or values beginning to mismatch. Those are signs of concern. I'm not saying go and end it immediately, but those are red flags that are already popping up to say, okay, you know, because it's like, I mean, someone begins to second guess the fact that the Holy Spirit is real.
Everything is real.
We will try everything we can, but if it's not yielding, then you should begin to reconsider that long-term, lifetime commitment. Because it's too risky. The Bible says a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. So what if he wakes up tomorrow and says, I don't really believe one man, one wife again? It's the same logic that brought
you're gonna see something.
So
but why we feel like we're attacking the men? Let's also address the women. Yes.
Okay. Well, usually the guys that say that are attacking the women.
That's too. No, I want to. They are my brothers. My brothers are listening. I want to defend them.
Let me speak to the ladies. So the ladies too, you know, when you begin to see value mismatch. Let me use another example for spiritual.
Which
other one? I think I also mentioned moral. So let's say, a lovely person and all of that, and then all of a sudden, is not all of a sudden, or you have tendencies of being rude, and over time, you know how when you start off in a relationship, there's their hopes that this person should grow and change.
Yeah,
But you now
become better.
notice that this thing is not even getting better, it's getting worse.
Yeah.
And we're praying, we're advising, we're talking to the person, but she's not responding to treatment. Like, how are you? So you're looking great, and then who are you? You're very stupid. You think I can date you? He just said you're looking great.
He's not acting
His
up.
mind just escalated the whole matter to Golan Heights.
Yeah.
So it's that sometimes, just those explosive character traits that you say one thing and then boom, you just explode. Those are values that, you don't want to have a home where, you just explode and then you just use something and hit the children's head, or you don't want to, you just think in the future, you're like, I don't want to live with this kind of traits, anger, still, would you call it value mismatch? When someone is not being what's the word now?
It's not polite.
You lash out at people.
Doesn't treat people with respect. It's very wrong. It's
a red flag.
I think another thing I want to say is that, or maybe towards the end, I'm going to mention that. So
and when I say it's a red flag, I don't mean that when you see somebody that has this. That is what they call black and white thinking. That's not what it means. What I'm actually saying is that on the journey to improvement, or when we start out, we can begin to observe and talk about it, pray about it. But if over time, you're not noticing that we are trying and trying and trying, soft approach, lovely approach, direct one. Every approach,
and we can't trace improvement.
And we can't
trace improvement.
Even like even God said,
it's risky.
At the point I will leave you to your own devices.
There's that parable of I think it's a husbandman that planted planted a tree and planted something, and then every time he comes they're expecting fruits, and there was never, and then he was like, you know what, I think it was someone that said, you know what, I'm going to look after this for this 1 year. If it doesn't produce food this year, you know what, we are cutting it off.
Exactly.
And it's actually what it is when it comes to romantic relationship that is meant to translate
into
marriage. So aside I feel like,
and if it's a friendship, this thing, you can even be friends from afar. But when you're talking about marriage, you're going to live with this person every day. This person will represent you. This person will carry your name. Bro. She will carry your name. So anywhere she goes with your name, she will explode with your name.
And for the guy, like for the lady too, like this person is going to be your leader. So
if you see response to treatment or response to, let me not use the word treatment because it's not sick. Let's say response to growth in that direction, any direction that has to do with values. The person is complicit. I think I'm jumping, but let me just chip that in. So you are trying and trying and trying. So insistent complacency is one of the reasons why you may decide to call it quits. Because we are trying, we are encouraging, we are praying, we are advising, we are reading books, we are watching videos. Everything that can be done is being done. Spiritually, physically, the person just decided that, you see me, I'm not changing.
And you just have to take me the way I am.
So you don't
want to take me, then you can go.
Just carry your kaya, your slippers.
Take the word for it, the word.
And be going. Because except you have determined in your life that you see this yoke,
you are going to carry
for life. And sometimes we underestimate what that means.
Actually, I think one of the things I would say that I've learned, being married, is the fact that we actually underestimate the importance of getting married to the right person. Like there's a tendency, let me not say we underestimate, but I think there's a huge tendency to underestimate the importance of getting married to the right person.
Yeah, and I know sometimes the fear of the unknown and other things can make people want to be like, where will I not start from it?
Yeah.
Hello, the fact that you are still here is a sign that God is not done
With you.
I mean,
Yeah.
if it didn't happen in 10 years, does it mean that the next year God cannot make it happen?
Yeah.
What did not happen in 4 years, God can make happen in 6 months.
You know, someone said something that no matter how far you have run in the wrong direction, you will never get to your destination.
Exactly.
So in case what you're looking for is to fulfill the will of God, in case what you're looking for is to, you know, fulfill God's plan for your life, become who you ought to be, and ever growing, ever flourishing. If that's what you're looking for, getting married to the wrong person will never get you there.
Yeah, that's why.
And if you feel like, oh, I've gone so far with this person, then let me just seal it up. Like it's more like it's escalating the damage, not bringing you closer to your ideal.
Yeah. And the Bible says that what fellowship are like with darkness, and so scripture says that Amos 3:3 can two work together except they be agreed. So you should have values that are in alignment. So let's say you have 10 values, you know, growth, spirituality, commitment, forgiveness, you know, which other one? Communication, values. What are the values? Like your
ability to even improve, like that growth basically.
So like your values, let's call them your agreed belief systems concerning how something should be done. Let's just say that's values. So we have an agreed belief system about how communication should be done. So for example, we dated for about 5 years, and we agreed that we'll talk literally every day. And I can tell I can even count with my 10 fingers the number of days we didn't speak. So and for all those 5 years. So that means that we had an agreed belief system of how communication should be. And then we had times when we met, when we were now in, like, I was in one state, you're in another state. Then time when I came back to Lagos, you know, we had to agree that, okay, I need to come and visit you. So those are agreed values. So we agreed that, okay, which church are we going to go to? You know, those are serious lines. If one person is going to one extreme church, another person is going to another extreme church, and you know each other,
together.
you have to agree. So if you're not coming to agreeable belief systems concerning different areas and aspects of life, values even to, you know, things like, you know, the family size, like we want to have a family of 3, and you're like, no, I want to have plenty of children. No, I want to see like children playing all over. Then for every 3 years of my life, I want to be having, I want to make sure that even when the person I'm married, at least one is at home with me, helping me to do the dishes. No, I just want 2 children. That's huge. So even when you want 2 children, you want like 16 children.
Or maybe like you want maybe like 6,
you understand,
and 8, and then the person doesn't want. And I think sometimes, based on what you're even saying, I feel like, I mean, there are some values that are, when they change, they're actually like they are changing the person's entire character. But I feel like there are some values that doesn't necessarily change the person's entire character. I think I would just call it mere preference. So for example, like children now, I mean, it doesn't change the person from godly to ungodly. But now the question is, are you willing to take this journey with the person? Like, does it align with what you're saying? So it's not like, oh, the person just became ungodly, but this is a yoke you're going to carry. Are you willing to go through that journey, knowing that, you know, like Jesus said, my yoke is easy, my burden is light. Like, are you willing to carry this yoke, knowing that in Christ and with the supply of grace, this yoke will be easy and the burden will be, because it's a yoke and it's a burden.
And I dare say this, when spiritual values align, most other values tend to gradually align properly, because spiritual values in themselves are all encompassing, right? And when you, for example, now if you look at, you know, the scripture that talks about for the fruit of the spirit of the spirit, that is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, perseverance, self-control. They say, you know, but that you just compartmentalize all of those into a person. Come on now.
You will see someone that's teachable. Someone that is peace loving. And even if they have some bad traits, you will see willingness
even when you read through
to
scripture,
repent.
There are some people that if they are not aligning with the way the church is, you advise take them out of the church because this one will be like wolves in sheep clothing. So you don't want to get married to somebody whose values are so disaligned with yours, or as you gradually evolve in the relationship, that's even the purpose of relationship. When you get to know the person, you discover after 6 months of going out with this person that I thought our values were aligned. I was attracted to, and it was very jovial and everything. And as a man, he's jovial, but he's scattered, doesn't take God seriously. He looks spiritual, but he's not actually very spiritual.
Yeah, there are actually people that look spiritual, but they are not spiritual. At the end of the
day, you discover that, man, this is like,
because where like the litmus test of spirituality is actually character. Like, do you look like Jesus? It's not in the gymnastics and the all those breaking of chairs and all of that. Is character, really. So I think aside, I think we looked at moral traits and moral and I think values basically. So like, are there other reasons?
Very, very, very true. And that
so I want to why I'm asking this is in a situation where maybe we can, I don't know if it's even possible, you can say, oh, somebody is spiritual, go he fellowships with the brethren and all of that, is respectful, quote and unquote, maybe people see him as very respectful and all of that, and we have the same where we're going, quote and unquote, in the sense of the same children, the same other children, the things, there are other things, there are things that seem to actually seem to align. So like, are there other things that
the second part, everybody just so that's where we now begin to talk about toxic traits. See this matter, the end. But these toxic traits, you begin to find people who let me use the word now, let me say, give me one example of a toxic trait.
Maybe verbal abuse or something. So he prays in tongues. He cast out devils, quote and unquote.
So now you are the one shooting the now.
Oh, sorry, she. Sorry.
So now he or she prays in tongues,
And when they lead worship, oh my God, Kavena do you come up hidato.
Let's say foundation works with kids.
Yes.
But then
it's loving with kids.
Flip switch, just one small spark, and then 100,000 words of abuse are coming per second, like faster than a missile. And like
pow.
you wanna see. Let me just say this way: don't get married to somebody that is not responding to growth. And to a large extent has responded to, because that assumption that it will happen later. Chances are that frustrations and a lot of things even increase as people get married. So you don't even want to now combine the challenges of marriage with the challenges of this person's character.
But can't you by faith?
That's what I'm saying. To me, you know your faith is working when you started. It's just like saying you're believing God to own an estate. And then you bought one plot of land. Like, you will start from somewhere now. So you gotta sign agreement, and that person, you now sign agreement with the person that, don't worry, I'll give you my life savings of 10 million. This person has not bought one plot of land. Like he said,
he can get an estate.
So he said, I'm believing God for an estate.
I think that actually shows that faith is evidence. Like, faith is not I just have faith. No, Bible says that faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. So if there is no evidence, like what you claim to have, if it has not provided an evidence, chances are that we can't be sure that you actually have faith. So for example, David could boldly say, I'm going to take down Goliath. Why? Because God has delivered me from lion and bear. So the God that did, that's the evidence he had that Goliath is going down. So if your journey with this person and you have been praying and interceding and they are not responding to growth, you need to go and find out
evaluate and
whether
do you really
have faith? Is it really faith you have for this person, or you're not willing to let go of what God has not given you?
That's so true. Almost anything about the person can amplify once they get married.
Yeah.
So toxic traits, verbal abuse, physical abuse is another one. All of a sudden you just get and then it's like apologizing. I don't know what came over me.
And he does it again and again. I mean, I feel like
even if it happens just once.
I feel like so.
Let me just. That's why I'm adjusting my suit, guys. That's a boundary you should never cross, ever.
So I have a question. What if, I mean, it happens. So this
is what I mean. Because it happens in a sense, we don't really understand what it really means. It's not like somebody saying that, I mistakenly took somebody with a knife and the person died.
So well, I feel like that's extreme. That's extreme. So yeah. So let me give an example. Imagine a guy that actually, like, deep down they love.
That's what I'm saying.
Wait, now let me ask my question. You sincerely, they actually love this girl, right? But maybe they are growing up and some of the orientations they have, right? It has not maybe brought some training of like normalizing hitting. But now they don't want to hit. But they got to a point in their anger where they actually hit and they were sincerely sorry about. I mean, you cannot control what happens after you have done your action. But and they were can you say wait, I have a question. So can you say that does that mean that somebody that maybe hit, I'm not justifying physical abuse, right? I think it is when it is at least more than once, quote and unquote. Quote and unquote. Well, for me, if should a guy hit me once,
that's the end.
That's actually the end. Oh, God. However, like I feel like there are so many. I mean, like there's some twists and turns to this thing.
So those twists and turns, they need to twist and turn before. Do you understand?
No, I don't.
It's just like
they need to twist and turn before. What do you mean by that?
Before you now
finally get married.
Don't use us. Let me talk about the ladies now. Don't use the woman you want to survive with as the grinding machine for where you're going to. No.
Okay.
No. Because, and I speak with all sense of humility, a woman will never forget. And it's a scar that may never leave. These things are very, very even with people that are married. Do you know what it means to hit? It's like Moses when he carried the rod and he hit the rock. You can't undo it. When I read my Bible, that was when I knew how serious some of these things can be. Moses prayed for the people of Israel. These people were dancing naked, worshipping a calf that took them out of Egypt, and God was boiling with fire on the mountain. And Moses prayed and said, God, have mercy on your people. Lord, have mercy on them. Don't destroy them. And God turned his anger away and sent another set of 10 commandments. Moses used his hand and knocked the rock. And he prayed, and God said, hey, stop there. Stop that prayer. You are not going to see it for what you did. So the question is, why would God do that? And the Bible says there was no one as meek as Moses. Why? So that shows that there are some things that are held in such gravity,
especially given the person that is doing it. So that maybe okay.
You are hitting the crown of, it's like you're a king, you carry your crown and throw it on the floor. You can never undo that. Can never.
Wow.
So there are some things you should just not do.
Wow.
Look at David now in the Bible. What the mistake he made with Bathsheba cost him a lot. It cost him some of his children's lives. He couldn't undo it.
Actually, it cost him Absalom, cost him.
So there are things you can say. For example, now
cost him Abnon.
It's even better you came home and threw all the plates and scattered everything on the floor. You can apologize and say, I'm sorry, it never happened. I don't know what to. But when you use your hand to hit,
So So I want to ask a question.
I don't know the my head.
I want to ask
The
a question.
wait now. The gravity of it is like when Jesus said that better they tie you and throw you into the bottom. Because
I want to ask a question. So my
maybe
question,
I'm into extreme, but then I'm like,
no, I think you are carrying it with the seriousness it actually requires. I think you're
do you know
carrying
the
it.
funny thing?
Yeah.
There are countries where if you try, if you try it, bro, you are in prison. I don't want to know whether you are married or you are in a relationship or you are friends. You know, they have all manner of names, assault, call it anything. So if a government that is even secular, that does not even hold like spirituality, like all those things, can be that this, you know, you hit a oh Lord.
So my question now is, are you trying to say that in a situation where there is a one-off hit, that now, let's say it's the guy that hit the lady, I'm also coming for the ladies, that's a, like, that is when the lady should call it quits.
So for me, yeah, this is now very subjective to me personally. That is a capital red flag.
So it's subjective.
Yes,
So it doesn't mean that we should go on, like, it's something that everybody should do.
If I'm the friend of a lady that tells me that, just see, just prepare that one day in that marriage he will beat you black and blue. he just give you the thriller. You know, when you watch a thriller, the movie is containing the full thing. He just give you the thriller.
So I think I'm of a different opinion.
This is the first time in a long time that we differ. And you know what I'm saying?
It's not that the person can't
change. It's not that the person can't change. That's not what I'm saying, no. It's not that the person can't change. It's not that the person can't change that, he's not genuinely sure and his life will never do that again. What I'm saying is that the chances of it repeating itself, what are the conditions that tell you that, this will never repeat itself again? The chances of, like, it takes a lot for that to happen. Do you understand? Like how do I put it? This is the best example. Can a man say, I don't know what came over me, I carried a knife and I took my heart? What are the chances of that happening? So like, okay, I mistakenly did this.
So based on what you're saying,
no, just think about it. So because you need to, if you truly say you love this person, you see this person, you love this person as yourself. So meaning you can do that to yourself. Or you don't just see the person as yourself. So like it's deep. If I start going into the dimensions and unfolding it, your mind will change completely. Okay, so you can't mistakenly hit yourself and say, I'm so sorry, I hit myself. So that means you are not even seeing the person as a part of you. You are seeing the person as a separate entity from yourself. That already shows me everything. You know, there's some things that when they happen, they are 100% fact. For example, you have a huge let's say a meeting with somebody, or let's just say you're meeting for the first time, and it's a high-end contract. Let's say you're dealing with, okay, if it's like even we just have like a 10K, 20K, something, you have a $1 billion agreement to sign with somebody, and the person came there before you. It's done. Like, you've given them everything they need to know. All your reputation that have been loading from the plane crashed, everything. Oh God. Do you understand? There are some high stakes. That's what I'm saying. Like, look at all the things the Israelites did. How many things the Moses do? He just used it to. But God, this knows you should have known better than this. So their lines we don't cross, and when you cross them, the repercussions. The repercussions is not here. It's not today. It's coming in the future. You know, because when a woman is angry in the future, she can just say something, and the jealousy of God will bring that in. There's so many things. There's so many things that happen. But like for me,
what about a girl, a lady, seeing a guy?
Even at that, I can still say that the lady, she's angry. Oh, you know, I understand. But when it's like,
I don't think
she carried the guy and sitting down and punching.
I don't think I understand physical abuse from both ends.
Okay, let me explain. Let me explain. The Bible already gave the description of the woman as a weaker vessel. So she hitting you out of frustration, like leave me alone. A man doesn't react like that.
I think.
So what I'm talking in the woman's context is in the case where maybe this woman now she's a fighter. She not carried you and give you like you and put you down and then punch the hair out of the door.
So I feel like
the man
there are men that
hospitalized.
I feel like there are men that have experienced physical abuse, and it's not because they are not physically stronger than the woman. It's because they can't see themselves beating.
So like, in this context, there were flags that they chose to ignore. It could have been flashes of uncontrollable anger when they were dating, and that resulted to the fact that I've sworn I can never beat a woman. So, but then the woman is now beating him.
Okay.
And that's what makes it like, how is that possible? You're a man.
So
you're like the fact that I'm a man is even what makes it unlawful by every degree.
Yeah.
Do you know that I don't think in any developed countries a woman will beat a man? Do you understand? Even the government will be like, leave me alone now. You understand? But flip the switch, whoa.
And I think that's a conversation for another day, because I feel like I'm not trying to be emotional now, but I feel like somehow there can be a tendency of placing more emphasis on, I don't know, what women are going through, that we don't actually. But like I said, it's a conversation for another day. All right, so there are so many other traits.
There's also like, the financial.
But I have not said my own stand on that physical abuse, right? But hearing you speak, I think I beginning to understand that actually the thing is that, like Jesus said, count the cost.